Welcome to my channel. This is the Indigo Jo channel. Today I'm going to be answering the question for you of what career is best suited for you. I'm super excited to read this for you guys because I've definitely been in that position where I didn't know which career I should hone in on and pursue. I'm one of those people that has a lot of different interests, so I know if you're like me and you're more intuitive and you dabble in different things, it's kind of hard to just focus on one thing. If you're younger or older and restarting in your career, this is the perfect reading for you guys. I'm going to show you a quick clip of the 4 piles that you can choose from, and it goes from left to right, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. And after you have clicked on which pile is for you, go ahead and click on the timestamp that I put in the description, and we'll go ahead and give you your reading. Since I am a very new channel, and I'm sure you have seen my my views, please feel free to leave a like or comment or subscribe if you vibe with me, and hopefully I can grow my channel. Thanks. Hi, pile 1. This is for those of you who chose the first pile. We are going to figure out what career is best suited for you. So right off the bat, pile 1, I see that you guys are symbolized by this Mars energy here. With this card, basically what I'm getting is, aside from being either an Aries or Scorpio or having that in your chart, you guys have a very fiery nature to you, or a competitive nature, childlike in a sense, kind of like independent, free-spirited. Like basically if you think of a child who is around 4 or 5 years old, they just kind of run around and they're like just jumping everywhere. I mean, usually you do have those more quiet children, but I feel like with the Mars energy, it's definitely one of, like, I would say a 4 or 5-year-old little boy. So a little boy that's just like so excited about life and just wants to adventure and just is like hopping around, playing sports, playing games, chasing people, screaming, just very high on life and kind of having little regard of like what other people are thinking about them. So I feel like this is you guys' internal spirit, where you guys are just like very naturally curious about things, not afraid to try different things and go different places and be loud and boisterous and just fun-loving. Or even if you don't express that side of you or show that side of you, this is how you guys naturally are inside. And I feel like this energetic liveliness to you guys is something that needs to be expressed either creatively or through work. And I feel like a career for you would be best suited as something that you can probably be more active. So something where you can be more physical, something where you can actually get up every once in a while and like move your body or stretch would be a great career for you. Anything with body work involved. So this isn't going to resonate for every single person, as you know, this is going to be a collective reading, but I feel like if any of you are into sports, something sports related would be great. Something where you can move, like I said. So bodybuilding, physical training would be a great one for you guys. Anything involving like games. I'm seeing like archery, so I don't know if any of you are involved in archery, but I feel like that is a message that wants to come through as well. So with that nature, it's funny because we also have the High Priestess card, and I love this card, but what I'm getting with High Priestess is you guys are very passionate with the Mars card, but in addition to that, you are also very intuitive. So it's almost like you have a very like old soul, and you can really see through people's, like you can see, I think when you look at people, when you look them in the eye, you can really see what kind of person they are, and you can see through people's facades and the masks that they wear for everyone. Basically, you can see what people's true intentions are, who people actually are versus how they want to portray themselves to the world. And I feel like you have this intense knowledge of things that aren't physically seen. So you might be one of those like really old souls that is such an old soul that they are now also like childlike, which is funny because I was thinking about this the other day, how you grow up and you start off with a really childlike, fun-loving, free-spirited mentality, and then you kind of get jaded by the world. But then I say when you're older and you're in your like 60s, 70s, 80s, you kind of regain that sense of childlike wonder again, because I think at that point you're either retired or you're just fed up with the jadedness of the world and you're just like, heck, I'm just gonna do what I want. So it's kind of like you return back to the beginning. So it's like you've done a little circle and you've kind of completed the cycle of life and you return back to the beginning almost. Not to be morbid, but like before you pass, you kind of like return back to the beginning. I don't know like what age people are who are watching this, but I feel like you're kind of in a position right now where you might want to be retiring from your current job or switching careers, because I do have the card that says here, take a break, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. So this card is pretty straightforward in what it's saying is you guys need a break. So I just heard a siren, so I feel like that's another message for you guys. You're so busy, like there's so many things going off. There's alarms going off in your life with whatever you're currently doing for work, and it doesn't really give you enough time for yourself to take care of you, and it doesn't really satisfy your internal needs of you being an older soul. So with being an older soul, you guys are really sensitive to energies around you. That just comes with spiritual evolution. So I think whatever line of work you're in right now, it's kind of hindering your peace. It's kind of causing a disruption in your life. And we have the sensitivity card, Archangel Haniel. You're extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. So I feel like maybe as you've been working in this job or even just in your life, you've gotten to a point where you feel you've grown a lot as a person and you've opened up your heart and you've opened up your mind, and now you've kind of reached a point where you're extra sensitive to people and extra sensitive to energies in general. And because of that, you are not really happy with the everyday 9-to-5 treadmill kind of life. You are in need of something now that's going to actually fulfill you inside, in your spirit, in your heart, something that's going to revive that sense of childlike wonder in you again and bring like a spark of passion back into your life, and it's not going to weigh you down with heavier energies. So I'm seeing something in music for you. Maybe if you're a musician, I think you're really good. It's saying you could be talented with your hands. So the woman in this picture is playing the harp, but if you play the guitar or do anything with your hands like the piano, or there's also someone playing a flute in here. So anything like that musically, I feel like that could be something for you to pursue. I know anything in the arts is going to be hard to maybe bring it into like a stable career, but it's saying that that's something that maybe you need to pursue anyway, because it's going to bring you joy and happiness and fulfill you more in your heart. Because what I'm seeing is right now you're just not fulfilled. I get a kind of picture of you like sitting at a desk or sitting at your job or standing and just kind of like zoning out, like, why am I here, kind of like another day of doing the same thing, and almost like daydreaming of a place where you can just like frolic and play your guitar or play your harp and listen to the birds and be in nature. So I feel like you guys are people who really love nature and are rejuvenated by nature and are really like sensitive souls and romantic souls, and that's something that you need to have in your life to make you feel complete, just to make you feel more like yourself. With that advice, I'm seeing that your current work environment or whatever you are doing right now, you could be studying or whatever occupies your day, is something that's kind of competitive. Basically, it makes you feel like you have to be someone else. You have to be someone that's always vigilant and watchful of others, because people are very untrustworthy. People can be kind of judgmental and untrustworthy where you're currently working, and they won't let you express that inner child side of you that you really have and you really, enjoy and love about yourself. That side of you that's like funny and just wants to be loud and boisterous and have a good time and be the life of the party. It seems like at your workplace, people will give you eyes if you're ever like disrupting the mundaneness of it. Like they'll just be like, what are you doing? This is supposed to be a boring place. So I think you kind of currently feel judged or feel like you can't really be your like loud and fun self because these people are like, I don't know, there's such a strict rule of you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't be who you really are. And I think if you're in that place now where you can finally either retire or if you really feel like it's important for you to switch careers, that would actually bring you a lot of joy and happiness. And I think you would just feel like a little kid again if you finally got to do something you really enjoy doing versus something you felt like you maybe needed to do for the money or for the stability. I feel like for you guys, even if you're on the younger side, I think this is a chance for you to kind of renew yourself and do something that's not as stressful. I think maybe you're coming to a point in your life where you're realizing that life shouldn't be so serious all the time. Like life is actually really short if you think about it. We barely have like 80, 90 years. So, from the time we're able to work until the time we retire, that's really not a long time at all. People normally work for 30, 40 years. It's not a long time, but it's also a huge chunk of our lives if you think about it. So, I don't know, I feel like you guys are really figuring out that maybe you want to spend that majority of your life doing something you actually enjoy. And, especially if you're in your youth, because these are the best years. I mean, I don't want to say it like that. These are great years of your life where you can do whatever you want and physically be able to do that. So, if you enjoy traveling or if you enjoy taking road trips and seeing what the country has to offer or just nature in general, I feel like that's something that would be great for you. Maybe even just taking a gap year, taking a year or two off of working just to travel and have a good time, because really you're not going to get these years back. This is the youngest you'll ever be in this life. That's something that maybe you guys are realizing and remembering. We also have the farm card. So what I'm seeing with this is not necessarily that you need to go be a farmer now, but I'm seeing that you want to do something that lets you live the life of a farmer, basically the easygoing life, where you can just grow your food, hang out with animals, be in nature all the time, sip a drink on the porch. And I'm not saying that doesn't include a lot of work. I'm sure it's probably a lot more work being a farmer than doing a 9-to-5 job, but I think it's rewarding in the sense that you'll get to be in your own energy and someone won't be breathing down your throat. It'll be like kind of like retirement in a way. It's like, oh, I have all this space to frolic and hang out with these animals, and no one's telling me what to do. I can be free, because I feel like you guys are really independent and you want to be able to do what you want when you want. And it doesn't really suit you to have someone always telling you what to do, and that's something that kind of weighs your spirit down a little bit. I actually channeled some flashcards. I channeled some possible careers for this pile. Now please take it with a grain of salt. It's not going to be for everyone. I just did this for fun mainly. Let's see what we got here. I have electric company. So I don't know, maybe some of you guys will start an electric company, work in an electric company. there's that. I have Wall Street and stocks. So I think this is going to be good for those of you who are trying to retire and maybe travel. So if you want to get into investing, and maybe you'll, I don't know, hit it big with that and have enough money in the bank to save up money for your future, actually retire, and just do whatever you want. We also have fishermen, and with this, I feel like I said with the farmer thing, I just feel like something that lets you be in nature and just lets you be hands-on and adventuring while you're working, that's something that's going to really renew your spirit and renew your sense of passion. So, like I said, not for everyone if you don't like fishing, but it's the idea behind the career, I think, also that is the main point of this. And then lastly, I have painter. So like I said, you guys are very gifted when it comes to hands-on work. You're good with body work. This could also be like if you're an artist, any type of artist, or a tattoo artist, anything that you do with your hands, I think would be great for you, especially if you are an intuitive, because we have the High Priestess card. So that could include Reiki massage, Ayurvedic work. That would be great for you as well. And then I do see a lot of animals. So if you guys want to work with animals, I think that would actually be beneficial for you. We have a tiger here and a horse. And then I'm seeing some kind of like crocodile or alligator as well. All right, so any additional messages here? I feel like there is, like, the direction that you want to go in, my spirit guides are telling me that you have to make the judgment call and actually go for it. And then once you make that decision, things are going to happen really fast for you. And then we have the Sun card. So basically, you'll be happy with it, and your inner child will feel free to frolic, and you'll kind of feel like your dreams are coming true. Like, life isn't so boring, life isn't so miserable, because you can actually take control of it and do what you want. Life is what you make it. You don't have to follow anyone's rules. You don't have to follow what anyone tells you. This is your life. You're in control of your life. And once you do that, you'll break free of these chains that you feel like you're in, and you'll see life from a completely new perspective, and you'll really enjoy it. So that's all the messages I have for you, Pile 1. I'm so sorry. I also feel like there's some throat chakra healing that needs to happen, so I'm sorry. I feel like this is an additional message. If you guys want to do some kind of throat chakra healing for yourself, and make sure you're being authentically you, you're speaking your truth no matter what the consequences are, and that's actually going to really help you on your career change. So thank you, Pile 1. I hope to see you in one of my Thank you, Pile 1. I hope to see you in one of my future videos. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. This is for those of you who picked the second pile, and today we're going to be answering the question of what career is best suited for you. So, getting started here, Pile 2, I see that you guys have a very fiery energy to you, a very fiery nature to you. And I see that you don't let people get in your way, get in the way of what you want. You don't let competition get in the way of what you want. You might be in a very competitive field or field of study if you're still in school. I feel like you maybe in the past have had people kind of backstab you or betray you or maybe copy you, or even some people, maybe even growing up, telling you that what you want to do isn't something that you can do, or isn't something that is a reliable career for you. But I feel like you wanted to prove them wrong, and that's something that you're still trying to do, or that's something that you really seek to do, is to prove all these people wrong that told you that you couldn't do something or told you that you weren't good enough. And you basically have this fiery, I guess, attitude about it, where you're like, no, you're wrong, I'm gonna prove you wrong. And you will. And I think that's the type of energy that led you to where you are now, and will continue to fuel you as you grow in your career. So we have, the fire card here, and then we also have the Sagittarius card. And in this card, I feel like the Sagittarius man here is kind of like, come get me, like what is that phrase? Come at me, bro. I feel like he's saying, like, come at me, bro. Like, you are ready and determined to face whatever life throws at you, whatever competition. You are ready to come at them with full force. So I feel like instinctually you guys can really take on anything, like any career you want, you can take it on. Like, you have that power and that inherent confidence to really do anything that you set your mind to. So whatever field of career you go in, I feel like it's going to be a more competitive field. So there's going to be some people you need to look out for, people who are maybe envious of you, people who either want to cut you down right away or are going to be sneaky about it and pretend to be your friend, and then maybe, like I said, copy some of your ideas or go behind your back to try to make sure that your projects don't really work out, or maybe secretly root for your projects not to work out. So definitely look out for people that are going to be not so great on your way up, and just make sure that if you do encounter some of these people, you learn how to forgive, because we do have the forgiveness card here. So I feel like that's probably going to discourage you if you encounter some people that are like this, people who are more on the envious side and want what you have, because I think they see your confidence and that makes them a little nervous, and that makes them kind of get a little jealous because they wish they had this like really out there shining star kind of quality that you have. And I feel like this really bright light that you guys carry is something that not a lot of people have. It's this like sun kind of self-expression. We also have Jupiter here in the card, in the Sagittarius card, so you have like a combination of like the masculine Jupiter energy and the sun energy, and that energy combined is just a powerful force. Someone who is expansive, someone who can really touch people from a lot of different places, a lot of different cultures. So I feel like whatever career you guys go into, it might actually attract a lot of attention. So you could possibly, like, there's a possibility of becoming famous in whatever career this is, which is really great. But I feel like because of that, you're gonna need to be extra careful in who you confide in, who you trust. And then also, if people do wrong you, or if people send you negative vibes or negative energy or jealous energy, it's really gonna be great for you to learn how to forgive these people eventually, and learn how to let go of this resentment. Obviously, shield yourself, protect yourself, cut people off that don't need to be in your life. People that are sending you negative vibes and pretending to be your friend, they don't need to be in your life. And it may take a little while for you to discern who these people are, but don't be afraid to cut them out. And then when you do, send them off with love, you know, like these doves, like send them away with good vibes, good spirit. Say, you know, it didn't work out for us to be friends or whatever. You don't even have to say this to them, but in your mind just say like, I let you go with love and peace and forgiveness. And that's going to really help you get that resentment out of your body, because we don't want to keep any kind of resentment or pain or hurt inside of us, because that actually can hinder your creativity. And I feel like you guys are very creative, passionate beings, and you're going to need your creativity to help you in your career. We also have the yes card, just say yes. So I feel like you guys have a bunch of opportunities coming towards you. I think you guys are the type of people who are going to have a bunch of different projects, and whatever opportunities come at you, I'm seeing like five opportunities. No, wait, I'm seeing 5 projects, 3 major opportunities. So that altogether could be 8 major projects that you have coming towards you. And I know that's going to be a lot, or that seems like it's a lot, but it's something that the guides are saying that you can handle. You have the ability to handle, you have the power, you're a very powerful being. And the guides are saying just say yes. So whatever comes toward you that you feel like is right for you, just say yes to it. Don't let fear get in the way. Just say yes, and it's going to bring about like beautiful, beautiful things from it. So I feel like this is a great pile for career. So we have face your fears, release the power of fear. So like I was just saying, like, don't be afraid to say yes to anything that you really want, because you have amazing things coming towards you, and this is what was meant for you. This was your destiny. So don't be afraid to confront it. Don't be afraid to, let go of your guard, take the shield off. You are a powerful person. And you need to remember that and confront any fear that you have that's maybe in your shadow, because I think maybe you put on this really confident, happy mask for other people and they see you in that way, but underneath that, in your shadow side, you do have a lot of fears that come up and you feel like you can't show that to the world. But facing your fears also means showing them. So if you do have these fears, don't be afraid to be like, okay, I'm actually afraid of this, or I'm actually nervous about this. Or tell your closest friends and family, say, I know I come off this way, but I also kind of feel a little nervous about some of this stuff. People you can trust, you can tell these things to, and then I think getting it off your chest is going to help you overcome it. And then we have everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. So divine order, Archangel Raguel. So I think this is kind of a part of your karma, your journey in this life, your destiny, like I said, to have this career that is going to be very rewarding, going to be very fulfilling. It's going to be fulfilling on a lot of different levels. So not just for you, like financially, monetarily, you're going to gain recognition from it, and then it's also going to fulfill you creatively and fulfill your inner child. So it's going to make you feel like you're really living out your dreams and something that you were meant to do since you were a child, probably. So I channeled some careers, and for this pile I only got 3, so take it with a grain of salt. It's not going to be for everyone. What I got was teacher. So for me, teacher also means someone who has a YouTube channel, because people who have YouTube channels are also teaching, in my opinion. And then also for me, I also see teacher as possibly actor, because you're kind of like on a stage showing people things. So like I said, take it with a grain of salt. And then we also have landscaping. So I don't know what that entails exactly. I'm not a professional when it comes to landscaping, but I think that also kind of can be more like landscape architecture, or someone who does like conceptual art. So there's that. And then also we have writer. So writer could be like a novelist, an author, a children's book author, a journalist, a blogger, someone who writes songs, someone who writes for movies and TV shows. There's honestly, possibilities are endless for that. But I feel like whatever you guys do, you're going to excel at it, you're going to be great, and it might even possibly bring in some recognition for you guys. I'm also getting a message here to remember to spend some time alone when you need it, just to replenish your energy and get those creative ideas flowing again, and remember to heal yourself when you need to, and use your emotions when you're developing creative ideas. Make sure to put your emotions into your work. So that's all I have for you, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I see you in a future video. Thanks. Hi, pile 3. If you chose the 3rd pile, this is your reading for what career is best suited for you. Getting started here, pile 3, I feel like you guys are the type of people who are very interesting. Like, you're very intriguing. You have this kind of like inner knowing to you guys that a lot of people are interested in, and you draw a lot of attention to yourself. I feel like maybe you have something about you that's very unique, very alluring almost. You guys have a lot of creative ideas. You have a lot of passionate projects and things that you're interested in. I'm also getting, I know this is going to sound a little off, but I'm getting like a siren mermaid kind of energy. So to me, that means you're someone who is, like I said, very alluring and magnetizing. I don't know, magnetic. You draw a lot of people in with your energy and your personality, and that can be good, and then that also kind of can be bad. That can have like a little shadow energy to it, because I think people often can either get scared off by your energy, or they feel like maybe you're someone that they can't completely trust, just because there's so many sides of you and they don't really know which one is the complete you, and I don't think that they understand that you guys are just multifaceted people and you have a lot of different sides to you. So I think people always kind of want to peg you down and put you in a box, but what they don't realize is you're a very transformational person, and you can't really be pegged down into one little box. And you're kind of like a shapeshifter in that way, where you have a lot of different aspects to your personality, so you can kind of shift into different aspects depending on who you're speaking with. So because of that, you can get along with a lot of different people, but you do have a tendency to be kind of projected on, so people will see you as being kind of sly, untrustworthy. Sometimes people may think that you are shady and maybe talk about people behind their backs. I'm not saying you do this, but I think people can kind of get that energy from you, or they feel like you may be that way, which is kind of sad, because I feel like the people who would say that are probably like that themselves if they're talking about you behind your back. So I would be careful of that, definitely, of people projecting things onto you. They might project their fears onto you, so they might fear that you're that person, and then maybe go and tell people you're that person when you're actually not. So just be careful of that, and also make sure you're not being that person in any way, so that no one has any reason to think you are. But I think you're very intelligent, which is something that people probably are thrown off by and are probably a little envious of. Like, you have this inner knowing, like I said, you have this inner intelligence that allows you to be able to really launch into any career and do anything that you want, because you have that ability to just transform into whatever personality you want to be in, do whatever you want. Like, you literally can do anything because you are so intelligent and so transformative, like I said. So what I'm also getting here, though, is wars and battles. We have the wars and battles card. So I feel like I said, you attract a lot of attention, and some of it can be good, while on the flip side of it, some of it can be bad. So I feel like some people start some drama in your life because they feel like you're, like I said, like maybe you can't be trusted, and they'll like say things about you or project things onto you. So maybe you've had some bosses in your career or some coworkers that have started drama around you, or got you involved in drama, or started things behind your back that involved you, and you've kind of had to fight these battles in your career for a while, which has led you to be very untrusting of other people because of how they've treated you in the past. But what I'm getting is you really need to clear your space, because we have the clear your space card, Archangel Jophiel. Get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use feng shui. So I'm seeing that all of these projections people are throwing onto you, all this negative energy, it does affect you, and it kind of leads you to become more serious than you actually are, or more untrusting, a little more jaded than you really are. So the best thing you can do right now as far as your career is to get rid of that negative energy. So do some energy clearing, maybe look up how to clear your energy, do some energy clearing rituals involving sage, involving crystals. Selenite crystal is a great one for energy clearing. And then it also says use feng shui. So if you declutter your space, that actually helps to declutter your mind. It's actually true that if you look at like the space you're living in, it's a direct reflection of the space in your mind. So if you are kind of living in a cluttered, hoarder kind of environment, that's a reflection of what's going on in your mind at the moment. So clear your space, and it actually kind of helps you to clear your mind as well. But definitely clear your energy, because I feel like people are trying to disrupt your peace, and that's just not cool, okay? So decluttering also involves getting rid of people that you don't really need in your mind or in your mental space. So if there are people who did things to you, and sorry, I keep bumping that. But if there are people who have done things to you that have made you feel bad, and you keep thinking about them, or you harbor this resentment that you have about these people, that's also kind of taking up a lot of space in your mind. So try to let go of that, do some resentment work, do some forgiveness work, and then once you let go of them, that clears up so much space in your head for more creative work and more career focused ideas, and you know, they don't need to be involved in your career life unless you work with them. And if that's the case, then you probably need to resolve these issues with your boss or with HR if possible. But if not, if they're gone and out of your life, definitely let go of that resentment you have towards them, because it's not helping you to harbor any hard feelings. It's actually kind of making things worse, because when we harbor bad feelings about people, we kind of project those feelings onto new people that we meet. So it's really good to clear out your space, clear out your energy, just to move forward in your life and feel better in your future career endeavors. So we also have play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. So this is a pretty straightforward card of, I think you need to embrace celebration more in your life. Let go, let your hair down, have a drink or two if that's okay for you. There's really no harm in letting loose every once in a while. So I think you're a really hard worker, which is amazing, but the message I'm getting here is you can only work so hard and get accomplished so much. And what I mean by that is that there comes a point, if you're working 24/7 nonstop, where working isn't gonna help anything. Like, you need to take a break to do better work. Like, if you, for example, if you don't sleep for 7 days in a row and just work, eventually your work is not going to be as efficient as it was before, because you don't have any sleep, you're not getting any rest, so you're not going to be working as efficiently. So in the same regard, you also need to let loose and like have fun, watch your favorite movie, watch your favorite TV show, have a drink or two, do things that really spark that sense of joy and celebration in your life, and you know, have that sense of playfulness. You know, also maybe wear something cute, like get yourself in like a cute little sensual fun mode, and have fun with it. And then you'll be surprised how that could actually help you in your career endeavors as well. So yeah, we have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? So like I said before, I feel like in your career place or in your work life, there's so many people that are just kind of trying to grab at you, grab your energy. They might even be trying to put you down, trying to like push you down. And where do you need to establish better boundaries? Where do you need to say no? Or even in some cases, where do you need to quit? Like, if you feel like your place of work is just negativity, pure negativity, there's not one aspect of your job that you enjoy, you know, when is it time to say, okay, this isn't for me, and you know, look for an opportunity that's better suited for you and that's gonna make you happy and not bring you down all the time. So then we have animal bond, stand up for all animals. So I feel like working with animals is actually going to be great for you. So any job involving birds I'm seeing is going to be great for you. Ooh, I see a little swan too. So maybe if you work near swans or by a lake, that's going to be great for you. I think you have a really great bond with animals, and you're a very compassionate person when it comes to animals. So I feel like doing any kind of animal work is going to be great for you. So I'm also seeing like ocean. I get a lot of ocean imagery here. Like I said, I got like mermaid vibes. I see an ocean, a beach, water. So I feel like you getting involved with animal rights things is going to possibly lead to a career for you. So you could do like beach cleanups or things like that, aquatic life too, and that could possibly lead to a really fulfilling career for you. And then we also have compassion. Archangel Zadkiel, soften your heart with respect to the situation and all the people involved, including yourself. So I think with that, it kind of goes back to the idea of like your workplace, the wars and the battles you've gone throughout your career. It's kind of leading you to become a little jaded when it comes to career and feel like maybe this is just how work life is. Like, you're never going to like people you work with, you're never going to like your boss, it's always going to be a constant war. a constant battle. And I feel like this is a reminder that it only will be that way if you feel like it will. Like, it's only going to always be a battle if you go into it feeling like it's always going to be a battle. So the way that you can kind of stop this cycle is to cut it off, cut the cord, and finally like forgive the people who have wronged you, find compassion for them, and get yourself to a point where you trust in the universe and trust and believe there is a career for you where it's going to be blissful, it's going to be lovely, everyone's going to be lovely, and you can finally be yourself. You have to really, really believe that in order for it to happen. Your life and your career is a manifestation of your constant beliefs and thoughts. So as long as you have compassion and really believe there are people out there who are the same way, just as compassionate as you, you're going to attract that. So I pulled some cards that I had channeled for possible careers for you guys, and take it with a grain of salt because it's not going to be for everyone. But I got construction, and then when I channeled that, I also got like builder, so someone who builds things, works on things with their hands, and I'm thinking like even someone who crafts things with their hands and sells them, like maybe art projects or things like that, like you will sell them online or have your own business. And then we also have designer. So with designer, it could be like graphic designer, digital art, could even be like an architect, interior designer, fashion designer, things like that. And then we have dancer. So dancer is really fun. I love dancing as well, and I feel like that's going to allow you to just be like more in your body and play more, just like this card kind of says. So even if you don't do that as a career, I think dancing as a hobby or as like a little side fun thing you do is going to help you to get out of your head so much and teach you how to be a little bit more like fun-loving and compassionate. And then additional careers I'm seeing, I also got like anything involving peace work, so maybe joining the Peace Corps, could be like human rights, pro bono, like nonprofit work. Like I said, cleaning up the oceans, architecture, creating something with your hands, so blacksmith work, I don't know, that came up. Beach cleanup, like I said before. Healer, so I feel like some of you could be gifted in the arts of healing in whatever form that comes up. I feel like you guys could be great at healing. And so I also got law, like you could be a lawyer, a paralegal, possibly a judge, or someone who deals with things regarding the law. But I'm also getting someone who's very wise, so that could also kind of lead into politics, or someone who does like readings, like tarot readings, counseling, consulting, things like that. So I hope that helped pile 3, and I hope you see me again in another video. Thanks. Bye. Hi pile 4, thank you for joining me today. This is going to be your reading for answering the question of what career is best suited for you. So let's get into your reading. What I'm seeing for you guys is that you are the type of person who is very beautiful, and I think a lot of people see you as being very feminine, or having feminine qualities, being very nurturing, like goddess-like, angelic, beautiful, just like healing with your energy. So I think the energy you carry and your whole persona is very healing just by you walking into a room or just by you speaking. Like maybe you could have a very soothing voice and people really just love being around you for the beautiful healing quality that you have. So you could be a healer. I feel like that is a possibility for you guys. I think you could also be very intuitive, very in touch with your higher self, higher power, your guides, the divine. I feel like you kind of bring the divine feminine energy into the world, and that's amazing. I also got indigo and crystal children. You have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. So I feel like you guys could work very well with children, and in addition to that, you could also be an indigo or crystal child yourself, meaning You could be like a starseed, someone who is very naturally intuitive, naturally empathic, and has these energy sensitive qualities to you. And through that, I feel like you really heal people, even just by looking at them directly. Like, you kind of look into people's souls and you see their pain and you see what they have dealt with throughout their life, and you just want to help them and heal them as much as you can. So I feel like you would be a really great counselor, life coach, guide, anything like that. You could also be into tarot readings yourself, or any kind of intuitive reading. And then I also see some of you could be like nurses, or like, you know, those nurses who help deliver babies. I feel like some of you could be that, or that would be a really great career for you guys, because you do have this like inherently nurturing quality to you. So it'd be great for like nursing work, someone who takes care of people, takes care of babies, takes care of children. It could also be one of those like kindergarten or preschool teachers would be great for you, or even someone who owns a daycare and loves taking care of children. I also see that some of you could work with people who have previously been in jail, or maybe their family members, or maybe even children whose parents have been in jail before. So you're kind of guiding maybe young people who also have you know, been on the wrong side of the law. Maybe you are a guidance counselor for them, or even a therapist. Even if you guys are into psychology, you could be a psychiatrist as well, someone who really helps people out of a bad situation and gets them back on track. That would be a great career for you guys. So what I'm seeing is, well, we have the card here of you're already doing it, which is amazing. So I feel like you guys are already on the right track. Like, you already know what you want to do, or you have an idea of what you want to do, and this is like a confirmation to go for it, because that is the right track for you. You know, you could be juggling a couple of different ones, but I feel like with this card, it's kind of saying use your intuition, because you have a very strong intuition. Just feel into what in your heart feels like it's the best choice for you, and that's going to be the best choice. So know that you have that power inside of you as well. Also, kind of what I got from the initial, we had the Venus card. So Venus is basically the planet of beauty, luxury, wealth, art, creativity. So with Venus, and then this card which says cheer up, live in the moment, I feel like this pile could be also my influencer pile. So I think you guys, if you have an online presence, you would be very appealing and attractive to people on that online platform. So this could be a good career for you guys if you want to showcase your art or your photos and make them as like dreamy as you possibly want. I feel like you guys are really good with aesthetics and art. I feel like if you guys use that attractive and appealing quality that you guys naturally have, it's going to attract a lot of followers to your blogs and to your pages, and you could really have a following. So you could help people in that way by teaching them things through your online presence and platform, and just using your eye for aesthetics and art to help you along the way. I know there is a possibility of burnout if you're constantly posting things online, so I'm getting the message of be as present as you can and live in the moment, because when you do that, you don't have to constantly be planning on the next post that you have or the next blog. It's almost like it comes right to you. So being as present as you possibly can is going to help your creativity and help the ideas just flow to you naturally, so you don't have to keep planning and planning and planning. They'll just naturally come. And then also we have Dragonfly, live life to the fullest. So with this card, it kind of goes with the cheer up card, live in the moment. So just really express that Venus quality that you have in you. Live in the moment, smell the flowers, be in nature, hold birds if you like birds. Just really spend time in nature and be present, and then that's going to actually help your creativity in whatever career you have, or it's going to help replenish you from whatever career you have. If you take a lot of other people's energy on, make sure to replenish your energy by spending some time doing things that you love on the weekend and just living it up, living life to the fullest. Then we have crystal clear intentions. Archangel Michael, be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. So I feel like this is like my manifestors pile too. I feel like you guys are really good at getting exactly what you want to manifest. And this is just confirmation by saying the clearer you are with what you desire and the more you focus upon it with unwavering faith, so completely surrender and have trust in the universe, the quicker your desires are going to come to you. And you have this natural ability to do that and this natural power. So as long as you keep using that and keep manifesting what you want, you're going to get it. So whatever career you had in mind, you're already doing it, and just keep facing your true north. So I channeled some possible careers for this pile, and take it with a grain of salt. They're not going to be for everyone. They're kind of out there too, but I got property owner. So you could be someone who owns property and rents it out, like a landlord, or someone who flips property and sells it. We have like social worker, and I also just channeled the word welfare. So you could work with people who are on welfare or people who are possibly struggling in their life, and you could be like a counselor to them as someone that can really help them out. And then we have photographer. So I think that kind of goes with the influencer vibe that I was getting. You're someone who can really spot beauty and can turn that into something beautiful as far as art or photography. So that can actually be a really great career for you and something that you can get money from also. That's all I have for you, pile 4. I know it was a short reading, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I see you in one of my future videos. Thank you. Bye.